What? Like I'm about to walk off or something? Stop playing me, bro. Don't get disrespectful. You win. I told you you won. Let it go.
Like what? Clearly you do. Because you in my fucking face talking to me. Now if I just bop your ass in the face.
Oh shit.
Then I'm gonna go get somebody to dust your ass
Oh
right
shit.
now.
Oh shit. Oh lord.
So get it poppin'.
So
get busy.
All right. Come on now.
Let's get busy. Because when you threaten me.
We don't have to do all that, y'all. Now, come on now. God damn.
Or what? Don't ever threaten me in your fucking life. All right. And what? And did nothing. Because ain't nobody out here gonna do nothing to me. On God. Like I'm out here every Wednesday. See me. It don't matter where I'm from, nigga.
So I want to say there's a lot of issues, right? There's a lot of issues in that video that it shows you that I have a kind of a logical theory that I believe a lot of women are more violent than men. It's just that they show violence differently, okay? They enact violence differently. You know, lesbian relationships are the highest, have the highest DV rate. Women commit 70% of one-way domestic violence and other things, right? And here's the thing where, and it shows you in this, right? Women have become so aggressive, so combative. It is insane. Insanely, women are pretty much turning into men, right? Because they are violent, yet they have no restraints like men. Because you can see, he had a restraint. He stopped talking to her. She continued to talk to him. And then she threatened him. And this is the thing we never talk about, right? We always talk about the results where, okay, if a man, now he retaliates, you're going to talk about him retaliating, right? You're going to talk about the result of him doing some violence onto her. But you never talk about the beginning because she did threaten him. And again, I don't condone it, but everyone, man or women, we are all emotional. We're all emotional human beings. The point is, a lot of men try to control their emotions, yet we don't talk about how women, like they do certain things to unrestrained or deshackle men's control of their emotions, right? So they push men to the limits where he's gonna let go, right? He's gonna not control his emotions, and then you can see it could have turned really bad, right? Again, he was being emotional, but you see the reasons why. She was threatening him to pew him, right? And that's the thing where, again, we don't talk about, in a lot of cases of DV's things, it's usually both sides being toxic to each other. And in a lot of cases, it's women who are starting the toxicity, right? Again, it's not necessarily I'm blaming women, but I'm showing that we have a problem, that women are no longer ladies. Women are more combative than ever. They're more aggressive than ever. They're more, domineering, more forceful. They don't care. They don't care to challenge men. And here's the thing where, because they're still living as a woman, yet they have the mindset of trying to be a man, compete with a man. So a lot of women see that, oh, I can challenge him, I can combat him, because what? Because you're a woman. You don't believe a man will do anything to you. But then when you see the results of men doing something to you, you cry whatever, right? You cry abuse, you cry whatever crazy things you cry. And that's the problem we're facing. And well, I guess maybe I'm blaming women, because at the end it goes back to women being unrestrained, okay? Women not being controlling their emotions. And I think that right there shows a lack of emotional intelligence, not being able to control your emotions. So, I don't know, at the end of the day, I'm just saying that we have an issue that a lot of women don't realize that there's a danger for you to have unrestrained aggression and emotional instability around men. Because at least when men, they know that there's a threat of violence. There's a threat of violence, and you either know that you want to combat it yourself or step back and not want to deal with it. Women, they go blind rage, right? They don't fear a man's retaliation because they believe a man wouldn't retaliate, so.
That's what happens when you say deletion.
Bro, what happens? What happens?
When you
What
say
happens?
deletion with chat?
Nah, you said you were single, right?
Yeah, I am. You still want deletion?
You know damn well you're not single, right? You know you're not single. You know you're not single. You know you're not single. Stop playing. Jeffrey, word to my death. Stop playing with me. 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 You know you're not single. Stop playing with me, nigga. Stop playing with me, nigga. Stop playing with me, nigga. Bro, Jeffrey, word to my death. Stop playing with me, bro.
Very much.
I dare you to bring a bitch over here. I dare you to come over. I dare you to bring a bitch over.
Any bitch wanna come over, come over.
Word to my granny.
Stop lying on your granny.
Word to my granny, nigga.
Any bitch
Word to
wanna
my
come over,
granny,
come
nigga. That's
over.
merch, nigga. Word to my granny, nigga. Tell him to pull up. Tell him to pull up.
You heard?
Tell him to pull up.
You heard?
Tell him to pull up. You so tough, right?
You heard?
Tell him to pull up, Mr. Drew Ham himself.
You know
what
that
are you
shit.
talking about?
Tribal
Tell him to
shit.
pull up. Tell him to pull up.
Acknowledge me.
Fuck. Tell him to pull up.
Acknowledge
Tell him to
me.
pull up.
I've never said that men are better than women or women are better than men. My stance has always been that we're not better than each other, right? Women have been just as toxic as men have been. So that's my point, where I don't put nobody on a pedestal. But in my opinion, that is disgusting. This is a stat that we don't talk about, that I see nobody talk about. That 70% of one-way domestic violence is committed by women against men. One way, i.e., she's abusing him, He's doing nothing about it. And we don't talk about what would I say? The majority of domestic violence, is both partners are being toxic, being abusive, being terrible to each other. So it's usually they're both being violent. It just so happens that when men are violent, you see the result of it. And since you can see the result of it, he's usually the one who is arrested for said violence. But we never talk about it, where I honestly believe that, although I'm not saying that women are worse than men, but I think women commit more, I'm not saying they're more violent than men, but in relationships, I think women are more violent. And this is the thing where, it's the context where I think because women view that they're allowed to be. There's no repercussion for women to be violent. Because men, in general, in my opinion, like I said, 70%, men would not attack a woman back. The ones that men do, well, you see the result of it, okay? But I believe in general, 70%. So most incidents, DV incidents, men are not attacking back. So a lot of women feel entitled, or they have the audacity to hit a man with no repercussions, no fear of him doing anything back. So in turn, she's still more violent. So we don't talk about that, and we don't talk about also that, yes, you see the ones that are toxic, and then you blame the man for, giving the woman a black eye or whatever, which I don't agree to that. That's disgusting. I mean, in my opinion, he should have walked away, right? This guy, he should be walking. Why is he letting her grab her? At least, push her off of him and walk away. But no, you're giving her time. You're giving her space. You're giving her opportunity to hit you out. You walk away. But again, we don't talk about, in a lot of those cases where women end up as the victim, they could be the perpetrator as well. It just so happens that they're perpetrating violence against a man, and that man, when he retaliates, you see the result. So, but I would say this, right? I think toxic people attract toxic people sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Right? This man calling, women bees and come up. It's like, seriously? You're in a domestic violence situation, and now you're calling women to enter the situation? You're toxic. I just wanted to show that because we have a group of people of the internet who always blame men for being absolutely heinous. While I don't disagree that there are plenty of inappropriate men, there are plenty of men that are so controlled by their lusts and bad behaviors that, yeah, they are a bad apple to society. Okay, but we constantly negate that it's not because you're a man, right? That you're inappropriate, or that you do bad things, right? That's what I always like to try to promote, because women do pretty much every crime a man has done. Women have done it too, almost, right? Maybe there's one crime, two crime, whatever, that only a man has ever done, but I believe you can think of a crime, I can find a woman have done it as well. And again, it's not about, oh, I'm trying to play the, evil person Olympics or whatever. It's more that I hate the narrative that, okay, when you think about something bad, you think about men, but we shouldn't be thinking like that. Okay, when you think of something bad, you should just be thinking about a bad person. Because like I said, even women can be inappropriate. Because again, it's not about you being born, oh, if I was born a man, oh, I'm automatically a terrible person, automatically dangerous. If I'm born a woman, I'm automatically an angel, right? I'm a victim of society, I'm oppressed, which is not true. It is not true at all. So, again, I show this that to make awareness, video proof that is insane, to judge people basically on their gender, their race, their orientation, right? To blindly judge people on that. We should not do like that, right? At least not, that's like the biggest basis of judgment, right? You can maybe have a bit of bias, it's understandable, but when you're like, oh, men are dangerous. No, men are not dangerous, right? There's a certain group of men that are dangerous, but men are not dangerous. They're not in general, not in totality, men are not dangerous. But women like to perceive that men, as in like the majority or all men, are dangerous. That itself is a dangerous rhetoric, where you are hurting people, right? You are hurting men. You are labeling men needlessly. Okay, women have done plenty of dangerous things. Women have done plenty of evil. And again, I'm not trying to deflect. I'm trying to show that it's not your gender, right, that determines if you do something dangerous or not. I think it's just that you are an immoral person, right? An immoral person. Immoral people do dangerous things. That is it.
If I'm pregnant with your son and you leave me, I'm 100% raising my son gay. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna raise him gay. I'm gonna raise him.
This may be a controversial opinion, but I think a lot of women use children as pawns. One, to get back at the baby daddy that they hate or whatever. And an even more controversial opinion, to further their own victimhood and selfishness. So one, I think a lot of women do use children as pawns to try to, wait a minute. I think a lot of women purposely don't let the father interact with the children. They would badmouth the father in front of the children. My baby mom, she even my daughter came up to me and say, oh, you know, mom said this about you, said this about you. And okay, and my daughter was relatively older than by then. And I asked her, do you think that's true? And my daughter said, no, that's not true. I'm glad that I helped raise a daughter that is more logical and not as easily manipulated as she could have been. But, you know, these bitter single mothers do that, okay? And I think even another diabolical thing that I'm seeing more and more of in current society, where you're seeing so many kids transitioning into trans and, you know, whatever, thinking they're gay, thinking they're a lesbian, whatever. I think there's another thing where women are still not necessarily using it as pawns, but as, I don't know, self-validation tools, or trying to be self-important, where, oh, you know, I'm a mom that, you know, is promoting my child's identity, right? I think that's happening a lot. You're seeing that a lot in current mothers, where, you know, they are destroying their children's lives but they don't care. They only care about themselves. I think all of these women that are doing all the things I'm saying, they only care about themselves. They don't care about the child at all. And controversially, I think the women that leave or break up family, they don't care about the children. They constantly, you know, I'm leaving for the child. No, you're not. You're leaving for yourself. Stop lying. Thinking, oh, you know, if I'm unhappy in the marriage, it would be good. What? To make yourself happy, right? You don't have to, you know. I think that's another story, but I just think a lot of women are more selfish than they are, you know, letting out to be. So.
And as recently as September 27th. Now, this is the post on that day in September. The video has the caption, quote, "Mama gotta have a life too." And here's the caption on the post that reads, quote, "'Cause what it really do, you're not a bad B word if you're a terrible mother. To all my mamainas handling biz and did not handle biz this week, baby, go to happy hour, bleep them kids." Deputies say they are investigating the home where Romulus and her kids lived, which was more than an hour away north of Houston in Montgomery County, Texas. It is still unclear why Romulus and her children inside that vehicle were in the county south of Houston, again, an hour away Saturday morning when she called 911 allegedly. Romulus is now facing 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Bond is set at $5 million each for each murder count and $2 million for each aggravated assault count, for a total of $14 million. Law enforcement would not speculate on a motive in this case. We still don't know that. KHOU-TV is reporting that CPS has made contact with Romulus in the past, but the details of that interaction has not been made public.
Now, I want to say, right, we don't know the details, or at least I haven't looked up the details, but it's not, this is the thing, I just want to show it, because this is the thing where we need to stop creating the narrative that, you know, women are naturally nurturers, women are naturally whatever, right? You know, we should always give women the custody. Women are, you know, superior than men. Women are different than men. It's men who are violent. We've created the propaganda, the narrative that men are terrible, women are amazing. We need to break that. We need to break that because we need to understand, we need to start judging people on who they are, right? Inside, the type of people they are. Because we constantly judge people on their gender, race, and orientation. That means nothing. That means nothing. There are good and bad people in every type of demographic. Women, men, gender, good, bad women or men, right? There are good and bad women and men in everything, in race and gender and orientation. We need to stop assuming, oh, women are great. Well, because I see like people defending her or trying to defend her, like, you know what, she may be mentally ill and all stuff, but yet sometimes we do that, right? I've seen the case where if a woman abuses a man, it's like, what did he do? What did he do to deserve it? What did he do to tick her off? And he's like, oh, you know, women are mentally ill, or, you know, postpartum. Now I'm saying not in that particular thing, I'm not saying postpartum, but like, oh, women are mentally ill, women are stressed, women. It's like, it's okay to give excuses to women when women do something bad, but when men do something bad, we automatically condemn him. And I'm not saying that we should like care or love, but it's like, let's keep the same energy. Let's not think about, oh, if it's a man, we condemn them. If it's a woman, we sympathize with them. We need to stop that, okay? Because that will what is it? Shroud, right, our opinions of people, create biases. So this thing is disgusting, and I show it to show you that we are no different. Women are not better than men, and I don't say men are better than women, okay? we need to stop this craziness that, you know, given this narrative that, oh, we should just have these kind of biases.
I'm talking about me. So what you gonna do if your partner say, damn, your mama fine? Okay. That's what you gonna do?
This is a controversial opinion, and not many people talk about this. You know, you hear women say, oh, men are so dangerous, men are so dangerous. Here's my controversial opinion. I think women are more dangerous. I think women are more dangerous. I think the statistics never really go in deep, because I believe that women are more dangerous. 70% of one-way domestic violence is committed by women towards men. You know, lesbian relationships are the most, you know, the highest domestic violence rates. You know, I believe, right, yes, men commit most of the violent crimes, but you never get in deep, because I believe that women aim men like a gun. I believe women use men like a gun. So, okay, they don't get their hands dirty. They don't add to the statistics. They use men for it. I believe, I've seen it before. I've seen it before where, you know, some other man, I don't know, does something to, let's say, or, you know, does something, say something, or even hated by a sister, by a girlfriend, by a mother, by a whatever. And she complains, she talks about it. She's aiming that man that she's talking to towards that other man. And this is why, I mean, I'm not saying 100%, but I believe a lot of cases, a lot of men that are in prison right now, I believe it's because of women. I believe it's because of women. And not just because, oh, he's did something bad to a woman. I believe he's killed someone else because of a woman. I believe, I'm not saying like all of it, right? But I believe there's a good amount of cases, a good amount of that violent stats, right? The you know, violent stats is men doing something because of a woman. Women don't have the strength, right? Women don't have the power to necessarily hurt men, right? Necessarily inflict a lot of damage on men, physically. So what women know how to do is they know how to inflict emotional damage. They know how to emotionally manipulate, particularly manipulate men. So women will use their power to their advantage. Manipulate that man. Use that man like a gun. Point that man towards the other man you want to hurt. I believe women do this. I believe this is a thing too. They do this to their children, to their sons. They turn their sons into thugs. They turn their sons into future weapons to attack somebody who they, you know, deem needs to be attacked.
I just feel like as a society of women, like as a united front, we just need to normalize getting men jumped, because like, why is that like not normalized? Like, I could list 10 men that my friends are seeing that should be jumped right now. Just saying. I'm with it. Who else is with me?
You know, one of the things I love about the internet is that it gives men ammo, right? It proves men right. It proves men right, and a lot of times it proves women wrong. Or it proves women, it gives women, like, evidence against their so-called views. The toxicity, right? Oh, toxic masculinity there? Is that? Wishing violence on people. Wishing violence on your friends' boyfriends. That's something. Right? Wishing men to get jumped. Who are you going to use that? You want to use other women doing that? Or you're going to use other men to jump other men? And then you wonder why women are dangerous. The manipulation of other men to attack other men. Using men like your gun. Ain't that something? You know, statistics. I love it. 70% of one-way domestic violence, one way, is committed by women against men. 70%. The highest domestic rates are in lesbian relationships. I believe the majority of domestic violence are initiated by women. Now, men are subsequently arrested for them, because if men retaliate, you see the outcomes of it. But women who initiate or purely are the abusers, a lot of times you don't see it. You don't see the results of it, or men just don't call it in. I honestly believe, this is a controversial opinion, not necessarily based on 100% stats, is that I believe women are more violent than men. But here's the thing, women know that they can't enact that violence. They can't enact that violence. So this is just like this woman said. She wished men would get jumped. But guess who she would use to do the jumping? Other men. Right? So this is how a lot of women do. And there's no statistics on this, right? No statistics on this because, probably pretty hard to find. I think a lot of these violence that men commit on other men is thanks to women. It's women using men as a weapon. Women using men as their gun, as their loaded gun, aimed towards other men. So, controversial opinion, I believe that if we adjust for putting men as only the object, right? Men are the gun, not the person, not the criminal, right? Not the one who's holding the gun. If men were just the gun, I believe women would be higher on the statistics of violence than they currently are. I believe so. I would believe that. Because a lot of women, in my honest opinion, they aim that man. They aim that man. They aim that man at other men. Right? So this is why men are the committer of most violence, but men are the receiver of most violence. So, I don't know.
You know how incels are obsessed with the notion of chavs and tyros, and they think that if a guy is 6 foot and super good looking, women will do anything to be with him, no matter how terrible he is as a person. Well, a guy on Twitter has basically proved their point. As an experiment, he made a profile on one of the dating apps using these really attractive guys' photos, and he wrote in the bio, "I have a criminal record for beating a woman, but we all have a past." And this is the photo that he chose to use, just some super good looking, generic, Chad type guy. Now, personally, this would put me off matching a guy. Apparently it didn't put some women off. And this fake profile of a woman beater got over 800 matches in 48 hours, which, if this is true, is really freaking messed up. Also, the amount of women messaging him first is upsetting me. Because not only have they matched him, but they're going out their way to pursue him. And it's super reminiscent of when that model got arrested and his mugshot started circulating and all the women were like, "Oh, he can attack me, I don't mind." So messed up. So yes, any of these 800 ladies, if you're watching, you've very much let yourselves down. You've let womanhood down. And please don't match with guys who openly admit to beating their exes.
Also, let's not forget Wade Wilson, okay, who was gotten a fan club after killing 2 women. A fan club, droves of women, like, wishing to be with him. This is the thing where, here's the thing, right? Both men and women are superficial, but at least men don't deny it, right? Men don't perceive themselves holding them down. Women do. Women always think that, oh, we're not superficial, we don't care about height, it's not about looks, it's not about that, or, you know, we don't ignore red flags, you know, men are lying to us, all this stuff, you know, men are cheaters, men are liars. Like, how would you know if men are, you know, lying when you get with them? No, this is the thing, you do know. You see the red flags, okay? You just choose to ignore them. That's the thing. I've said this before, right? It doesn't matter what gender you are, what race you are, there are good and bad people in everything. Doesn't matter race or gender, right? There are toxic people in every demographic, every kind of group. This is the thing, like I said, it's only because women perceive themselves holding them down. It's always think that, oh, men are terrible, men are cheaters, always this. No, people do bad things. That's it, right? People either, you know, are attracted to looks. People do, right? People will ignore red flags purely just for looks. People will be abusive, be toxic, whatever. It's people. Not because of your gender that makes you something special. No, it's character, right? What kind of character you are, what kind of morals you are. So things like this just proves it, right? You hear it time and time again. Like, even back in the day, right? You hear the stories with serial killers, where women say that these men are unassuming, right? They would not expect these men to be evil or terrible. Some of them would say these men are attractive. And yes, these men that are on death row, that are criminals, they have fan clubs. Women going crazy about these men. So, yeah, let's just break that stigma that, oh yeah, men are terrible, men are superficial, men objectify women. Really? Really? No. Women are no better. Also, that shows you, right? These women are going the extra mile. Like, those icons are super likes. Like, some of them you have to pay for. Those women are going the extra mile and replying to him first. Right? They're replying to him first. And you see under other messages or other examples where he even says, he goes further and says more red flags, like, oh, I don't even shower. And women are like, okay, that's fine, I don't care. It's like, this is the thing where, why you think men say, men think it's ridiculous that, oh, they have to pay for dates or go the extra mile. When, if women are attracted to you, if women want you, they will go to a McDonald's with you, right? If women want you, they will go on a walk date with you, okay? If women want you, they will accept beyond the bare minimum, okay? It's only when they don't find you attractive, when they don't want you, that they expect more from you. But men see it. When they're attracted to you, they will give it to you on the first night. They will accept the bare minimum. So that's the hypocrisy.
What's your name?
Why?
I was just trying to get your Instagram.
Fuck no!
That Flint showed that it affected him. This is a thing where women would never be able to empathize with men. Where you hear women say, oh, when men have stopped approaching, or, you know, confidence is not that hard, all the shit that women say. This is the thing where women don't understand it. Women don't understand men. They don't. This is why a lot of men essentially give up approaching. It's not worth it. The mental toll, right? No one talks about it. We always talk about how women feel, emotional labor, right? Emotional labor. No one talks about men's emotional labor. having to approach, having to, set the date, pay for all these things. No one cares because, of course, no one cares about men, right? They don't care about men's emotional labor. They don't care about men's labor. They don't care about men's effort. They don't care about nothing. Women only see theirs, okay? They only see theirs. They only notice their emotional labor, their labor. They do not recognize or care about the things men go through. They don't. And shit like this shows it. That right there, black pills a man. Black pills a man. That right there, right, could red pill a man. You don't realize how emotionally damaging it is, right? Oh, it's just a no. It's just, really? Was that just a no? I bet you plenty of men can tell you stories that's not just a no. Okay? It's insulting, it's disrespecting, it's belittling, it's soul crushing, ego crushing. So no, women know this part where that's why women do not ask men out. They know that they don't want to be rejected. They know that would be very emotionally hurtful. But when it comes to men, they don't think about it. They don't care. So shit like that is disgusting. It really is, and it's sad because those things right there can change a man. Because you also got to realize that constant, being respectful, being nice, constant doing that will then change a man. Where okay, let me see how it likes being a jerk, right? And then a man sees like, wow, you know what? Being a jerk actually getting me results, right? I guarantee you, men like that, right? The jerks you think about, the players you think about, he sees that, right? Been like that. Get reactions like that, and then flip where, you know what, he's not respectful anymore, he's a jerk, and he gets results from it. That changes.
Lisa's texting you, not me.
I don't know what you want from me. I know. Can you pull over into there?
Put my watch, and I'm saying Lisa's texting you, not me, because she has my phone in her hand, thinks, hey, Eric's dad, Eric's best friend. Do you think it's okay for Eric to have wanted to get his get back? Do you think it's okay because I was raw dogging 2 other guys for Eric to want to get his get back? And do you think it's okay for him to have taken out another girl and raw dogged her? Do you think that's okay? She's texting, that's my dad, my own father, and my best friend, right? Love the guy to death. My best friend, texting him that. And so I'm on my watch. I'm trying to play a little game of like, let me not have her do this crazy shit with my family. And I text on the watch, hey, that's Lisa texting you, not me. She didn't like that. She didn't like that one bit. She did not like that one bit. And that's, the video. I'm like, bro, I just got this car. I had this car for 11 days. 11 whole days, bro. 11 whole days. She still, to this day, refuses to take accountability for that. Refuses to take accountability for crashing my car. She told me straight up on the messages. She said, if you want me to admit to crashing your car, at least let me crash your car. I'm like, B word. What the hell do you mean? But here's the crash. There's the donut that I put on it that I had to drive 7 miles to this dang body shop with this car looking like that.
One of the biggest things why I do these videos is to show you that women are no different. Women are no special. Women are not more like, you think women are nicer, kinder, more nurturing, more this, more that, more that. Men are terrible, men are this, men are that. No, women are no better than men. Women are no better than the men they complain about. This is a thing where I've seen women abuse men. I've seen women treat men like shit. It's like one of the things why I love men's content. It is meant to break the propaganda, right? The propaganda. It's also meant to tell men, we know our biggest weakness is women and our lusts. Stop it. Stop it. Because essentially men have no standards. If he finds her attractive, everything else is not, he doesn't even care about anything else. And that's the problem. Right? A lot of us men do not care about the red flags if she's attractive enough. Even if we find her just attractive, right? And even if she shows us a bit of kindness, we will ignore every and other red flag, every and any red flags, just because we find her attractive. At the end of the day, we learn peace is more important. Self-respect is more important. His self-respect, his peace wouldn't have cost him his car. So.
Look, you think I'm pretty? Of course. You want some head? You want some head?
don't doubt that, but I'm saying I can't say that. I can't
You
say
can find out though.
Huh?
I say you can find out though.
I can find out?
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying I can't say that
Let's go.
in public, though.
But you can find out.
It's cool.
Look, no hands, I don't care.
I can't say that I doubt your hands.
Right. So let's go.
Yeah, for sure.
I said this before. She's just not attracted to you. Women will ignore standards, will ignore red flags, will ignore everything and anything if she's attracted to you. If she wants you, you don't have to do shit. If she wants you, you don't have to spend a single dime on her. If she wants you, you don't have to make a single effort. She'll just do it for you. She'll do it for you if she wants you. Men are waking up to that shit. Men know that. You know what? This is why men say 50-50, because you know what? At the end of the day, right? If it was a man you wanted, right? You would do 100%. So really, a man, at least you could do 50-50. For a man that, you know, it's giving some effort. And so this is, it's like, she's begging him to do it for him. It's like, again, women show men all the time that, again, this is the thing where you could tell, if she doesn't want you, she will hold you to her standards. She will put rules on you, okay? She will make you put effort in. This is why, you know, women complain about all these men that, you know what, they don't want them anyway. They have all these complaints. They're not doing enough. They don't do it because, you know what? Women are going after men that they don't want. That's what they say. But, you know, when you hear what women happen in relationships, how you've heard women, like, stay in abusive relationships, stay with cheaters, stay with liars, constantly get with liars and cheaters because she doesn't care. She wanted these men. So really, she don't mind that these men were just bad men. She wanted them. Women prove that every day. If she wants you, it don't matter it don't matter if you were Wade Wilson, the killer of his girlfriends. They wouldn't even care for that, right? That wouldn't even be a red flag to them. So that, like I said, if she wants you, if she's attracted to you, there's no such thing as red flags.
Beat him. Put your hands on him. I'm not the friend that you call when your man is acting up, because I'm going to tell you to put your hands on him. I'm going to tell you to beat him, because what else can I say?
Could you not say leave him? Are you not that kind of friend? Okay, you beat him, then what? And he beats you, so you beat each other. That's the type of friend you are. Beat on each other. Okay? If he's violent to you, you be violent to him. Instead of leave. Just leave. Like, this is something that I find weird with women. Do you listen to the words you say? Could you actually, like, this is something that I wish women would do, right? A lot of women, especially the feminists or the women that makes content. Think about your words, okay? Imagine your words coming out the mouth of a man, okay? Switch it up too, right? Switch it up. If he said for you to, if a friend said, my girl is acting up, what would I tell him? Lay your hands on her. Would you condone that? Would you back that up? Because he's just repeating what you said, right? Is that logical to you? Is that fine to you? You'd be on board for that. It's like, this is a funny thing when, if men say the same thing that women say, said men will be labeled misogynist, incels, and just terrible men. Yet, coming out of a woman's mouth is acceptable. It's logical. It makes sense. I sometimes, like, because this is what I heard a little while ago, and I'm forever thinking of this. If women were men, the majority of them would be incels. The majority of them. If women were men, the majority of them would be incels. What people consider incels today, right? Misogynist, just terrible people, right? Lack of accountability. And you see that, especially with the online women. Especially online women. Majority of them would be incels. Majority of them, society would label them incels. And here's the thing, right? Another thing that I thought of, or I thought was interesting. If women had men's strength, combine that with women's irrationality, their emotional instability, women would be dangerous. Women would be dangerous. They would be definitely outnumber men in violence because they can't control their emotions. They can't control their thoughts. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane that you thought that was a good idea to say online. Absolutely insane that you thought that was a good message to, shoot to the masses. That you're the type of person to tell another woman to lay her hands on a man. And this is the thing, right? This is the thing. 70% of non-reciprocal violence, domestic violence, is committed by women. What does that mean? 70% of one-way domestic violence is committed by women against men. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
There's no ring on my finger. There's no ring on your finger. We're not in a relationship.
This is the thing where I will never be tired of showing these kind of videos, because there is no social consequence, no real consequences at all for women abusing men, right? We don't have, I mean, I'm not saying there's none, but I believe there's barely any woman that ever talks about that. But hell, they would definitely talk about men abusing women. And I said this, right? That either way, right? Both sides. I'm not down for that. I don't promote that. Okay, I'd rather you know what, if you feel so emotional about somebody, you want to hurt someone, walk away, just end it, stop yelling. Because if a person can make you be someone ugly, they're not worth being with. This is the thing where we allow people to change our moralities, to change our character, to change who we are. Now, unless you are a terrible person, then that's who you are. But if you believe that you're not a terrible person, and then because being with someone turns you into a terrible person, you should not be with that person. No matter how much you love the person. If you love the person so much that it would change your sense of morality into a good person to a bad person, it's unhealthy. So I don't promote it either way, but this is the thing where we don't have enough light on the struggles men go through. Because here's the thing, it's a common thing that men suffer in silence. Men do. Men don't. Now, I don't have no numbers or statistics, but I personally believe with the mentality of men reported a whole lot less than women, okay? The abuse. And what is reported is that 70% of women, okay, do non-reciprocal domestic violence, i.e. 70% of women do one-way domestic violence, i.e. they're the ones, right, or abusive. No retaliation, no one was abusive to them, no one was verbally abusive to them, they were just abusive to the man. One way. And I believe a lot of it's not talked about because yes, women aren't leaving bruises on men necessarily. Women aren't broken men's bones, broken men's orbitals, or whatever. Okay, they're not killing men, but they are abusing men. But men will suffer in silence. Men will take it. Men won't complain. Men will just deal with it, right? Be quiet. Just take it. And it's tiring. It's tiring, especially when the narrative is constantly saying, you hear it on this app, you hear it even in the real world, right? The media. Men are dangerous. Men are the ones who are violent. Men are this, men are that. This is the thing. I always believe that if women had the strength of men, women will outnumber men in violence, in my personal opinion. Because women they don't deem that they should control their emotions. So with uncontrollable emotions, add that with the strength of men, that they will be a dangerous force to be reckoned with. So I don't know. That's an amazing window. You read the caption. She was caught cheating. This is the thing where I saw this, two things. I saw this comment a while back that said, you know what, if women were men, they would pretty much be incels. Okay, how they can't control their emotions, they're entitled, they don't have accountability, they hate, right, the opposite gender. And I agree, they would. But to go a little further, right, if women were men, right, they had the emotion instabilities of women. They now just have the strength of men. Women would be 100 times worse than modern day men. 100 times worse. Women would be so violent, so insanely just off the wall, off the chain, disgusting. If women had the strength of, let's clarify more. Not that women are men. If women had the strength of men, right, the strength of men, women would absolutely destroy the world. Women would absolutely destroy the world. I believe the whole let's say, because 70% of non-reciprocal domestic violence is committed by women. What does that mean? 70% of one-way violence, right, where one partner hitting the other partner or abusing the other partner, no retaliation, right? No retaliation. So you're not abusing each other. Just one-way abuse is committed by women. It's not reported because you know what? A lot of times, men, it's not, men are not, being in deep physical pain. Not a lot of times. Okay? Imagine. Women had men's strength. Men would come out with bruises, black eyes, busted orbitals, broken bones, seriously, concussions, just some maybe die. That shows you that, it's like biology trying to keep women in check. Biology is trying to keep women in check because honestly, with women's emotional instability, if you add strength to that, we're cooked. The world is cooked. So you gotta think more about it. It's like, because of women are so controlled by their emotions, they're so dangerous. Women are so dangerous. The only thing that's holding the women back is the strength to go along with that danger. I think here's the controversial thing. Well, I think all of those are controversial, but there's a thing where a lot of men, you think that, oh, so many men are abusive. No, they're not. Yes, the abuse cases are more men, but majority of men aren't abusive. Because I believe majority of men control their emotions. Men know, the stoicism, men don't show emotion and stuff like that. It's because men know being emotional, having strength is not a good combination. It's a dangerous combination. Most men know that. So they don't go overboard. Women do not. Because women don't think about their strength level, so they know that, or they don't. It's not an obvious thing because their strength level is not as high, so they go ball to the wall crazy. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting.
Thank fuck I live alone, because the thought of even hear me out when I say this. The thought of living with a man and not being able to live out my little fantasy in my own house that I pay for by myself. Get the fuck out of my space. You know what would ruin this vibe? I'm posted the fuck up in here. If a man was in my space, that would literally blow my high. If a man walked up in here like, hey babe, we're out of toilet paper, can you get the fuck out of there? Sometimes I feel like that werewolf filter on Snapchat. Where you like open your mouth really wide and then like it sprouts and the eyes turn red and the backdrop goes blue. That's how I fucking feel when a man pisses me off. Yo, we're out of time. Then go get some! Then get in the car and go get some! Start digging in your butt, twin. Fuck you and fuck off.
I don't understand women. I really don't understand why they listen to people like this. This is the thing where I find it, I don't understand. Women show their insecurities. Because, let's be honest, is she really having boyfriend issues? Or issues with men living with her? Are those scenarios actually happening to her? She looks like someone from the Adam family, right? But I shouldn't have done that. My bad. I'm gonna take that back. But this is the thing where I think a lot of women are showing their insecurities, where they are having a hard time finding a man they want, so they are projecting their misery onto others. And hopefully they can try to, bring other miserable people into their circles. Because this is the thing. I find women like this funny because aren't these the type of women that say, decenter men, I don't need no man, men are terrible men. Oh, men are she hates men. So how can you decenter men? How do you don't want nothing to do with men? You don't need no man, but you constantly talk about men. She's talking about a made up scenario. That's not happening. What man, who's forcing you to live with any man? Who's forcing any woman nowadays to be with any man she don't want to be with? Literally every woman chooses the man they want. No one's forcing them. So here you are complaining about a man, a fictional man, doing something fictional you don't want. Then okay, don't be with men. I've said this before where I support women. Just be single, right? Truly decenter men. Right? If you're a woman like this with so much weird ass hate for the opposite gender, just stop. Just step away. I don't understand why are you forcing yourself to interact with men? Why are you forcing yourself to be with men? Like, with that much hate, I hope you don't ever go on a date with a man. Don't ever give your number to a man. Just don't deal with men. But yet, why are women like this still in the dating market? Still trying to get with men? Still trying to get a relationship with a man? Still interacting with men? I don't understand. And this is another thing where I wish men have better standards. I wish men do, because however she looks, however her shitty personality is, there will be a man out there that would want to be with her, that would find her attractive, that would ignore all of her bad habits, all of her red flags, and would be with her. Men need better standards. Men need higher standards.